Hop in that cast.
I am Hayden Panettiere, and we are here at the studio recording Until Dawn.
My name is Rama Mallow, and I play John.
My name is Megan Martin.
My name is Brett Dalton.
My name is Antonella Montier, and I played Hannah and Beth.
My name is Jordan Fisher, and I play the character Matthew, Matt for short.
I'm Nicole Bloom, and I play Emily in the game.
My name is Noah Fleiss.
I am Galadriel Steinman, and I play Ashley.
So, Until Dawn is a story of 8 teenagers who revisit where I've lost 2 of my sisters, trying to get some closure in that respect.
One of the things that Blair does really well is make these multi-layered characters, and I think for just the story in general, it follows the quintessential horror film plot lines.
Move!
The characters are so unique.
Let me tell you this again. Move your butt.
This is the right thing to do. What? You know, get everyone together on the anniversary. Him and Josh seemed really pumped about us all doing something, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he definitely did. I haven't seen you so excited about something in forever.
Good, good.
Sam and I have a few things in common, such as being huge lovers of animals. And she's a huge animal lover. She's vegan. She is a pacifist. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to go as far as saying that I'm a pacifist, but she's spunky and cool. I know that she, I think, is made fun of a little bit by the rest of them who think that her morals and her beliefs in that area are a little ridiculous and they don't agree with them, but she doesn't care. It doesn't stop her from being herself, and that's something that I hope I have in common with her.
You know, he definitely can be depressed at some times and a bit of a loner, but he takes some solace in one of his sister's friends, Sam, played by Hayden Panettiere, and invites everybody back to the same house the next year to kind of find some closure.
Jessica she has a whole lot of personality. She is definitely the sort of mean girl character that, you know, at school she knows she's pretty, she knows that boys like her, and she's going to use it to her advantage.
He's got a big heart. You can tell that's very evident, especially how he treats his girlfriend, Emily. And, you know, he's kind of a meathead, but...
Going to get Sissy off the bus if you're not coming out here, okay? play. I'm about to get the sissy off the bus. Yeah.
So this is a dried algae product. After we dry it, we grind it up into powder, and then we extract the oil out of it. That oil is then refined into diesel fuel or jet fuel. The fuel that we're producing is exactly the same in terms of performance as gasoline or diesel or jet. It's just a lot cleaner. I think the big difference is that all the other biofuels, you're growing it, you're just getting biofuel. In this case, every gallon of biofuel, you get 10 pounds of food with it.
Dave Hazelbeck is the CEO and founder of Global Algae Innovations, a San Diego-based company growing algae on a farm in Hawaii, which he thinks could change the landscape of food and oil production.
Studies that show with algae grown to replace a large percentage of animal feed, you could actually solve global warming to a large extent simply by doing that. Second thing is that the leading cause of global water impairment is runoff from agriculture. When we grow algae, there's no runoff. All the nutrients are captured in the algae. Environmentally, it's deforestation. The leading cause of deforestation is for food production. With algae producing 40 times more per acre, that means if you plant 1,000 acres of algae, that's 40,000 acres of crops that don't need to be planted. The work here we're doing is extremely important. The world desperately needs algae biofuels.
What's up, y'all? City Reach KC. Looking at Kansas City. Sitting here in my office. You know, doing some sermon prep. Going through the Song of Solomon's. You know, such a great book of the Bible to talk about relationships. And we're continuing our third week of our series, Relationships, here at City Reach at 3931 Broadway. And one of the things that we're doing this week is I've titled my sermon, Grinding Gears. One of the things that I think is such an integral part that gets missed out in the church so much, but is broadcasted on national television, Facebook, Instagram, every other media outlet that you can look at is sex. But it's like the elephant in the room at a church. You know, we don't get to talk about it because it's not culturally accepted, or it's not politically correct, or it's not whatever. So we're actually going to address the subject head on this week, and we're going to be looking in the book of Song of Solomon's to be able to address it and see what it's really for, what it's really about, why God gave us this tool, this form of communication. So I encourage you to bring a friend, come hear about what I got to say, what the Lord has to say about sex, and a topic that is so
What the fuck are you watching?
It's Outreach Day. They're talking about relationships.
Hop in my cast real quick. Check this game out.
I'm about to go grab a kid off the bus real quick, and I'll hop on there.
Hi, this is Lee Robinson, production designer on Untill Dawn. The production design for Untill Dawn started with the great teen horror script that sets the characters in a Canadian winter mountain lodge, being a contemporary setting with visual clues derived from classic films of that genre, such as Hitchcock's Psycho and Stanley Kubrick's Shining. The storyboards are vital to the production design, as it allows the designer to understand the scale of the environments to be made and the detail that would be seen to create the atmosphere of a horror. This took us into concepts that took these storyboards further, visualizing the world through the color palette, the lighting, tone, and the mood, and developing key locations such as the lodge, the cable car stations, the forests themselves, the wilderness. As you can see, the environment and atmosphere has changed quite a bit from warm and inviting to cold and threatening. The Millionaire's Mountain Lodge was a key example. It was designed to be made from nearby stone and timber, embedding it into the landscape, with a contrasting and contemporary interior needing to be opulent and extravagant. We created dark and claustrophobic corridors with ominous and large open spaces, almost cathedral-like in size, and with huge structures to silhouette and dwarf the characters within, providing a labyrinth to explore and wander. Each character was developed with a strong visual identity in mind, with contrasting colours, tones and silhouettes to identify them, each to have their own texture, pattern and shape, so that when they were lined up you could always identify them. The costume designs allowed a range of clothes that would suit them for the cold winter weather, but also have an element of style and individualism, so that the audience could look at them and relate, recognizing themselves within them.
A lady would like to cuddle up with her man by a nice cozy fire bathed in atmospheric mood lighting.
Right. It'll get plenty toasty once we're rubbing up against each other.
Mike. Fire and mood lighting.
Yes.
Working with the lighting artists, we really brought the look and feel of the world together, and this required a thorough understanding of the visual language of teen horror. A key scene was where all the characters emerge out of the rear of the lodge chasing Hannah. A contrast is evident straight away from the exterior wilderness to the warmth of the lodge. The attention to character lighting here is through the bounce and rim lighting, accented colours and composition, creating characters that come from the dark into the light and back again with an emotional effect.
Guys, there's someone outside. What the hell?
Hannah!
What's going on? Where's my sister going?
It's fine. She just can't take a joke.
It was just a prank, Han.
Untill Dawn is a game that's full of horror, and one of the things we decided to do early on was to take a scientific approach to how scary it was. So we did experiments on people and we measured their responses to the game. We've created a test area. It's as close to a home setup as we can get it. We've recruited ordinary people to play the game and we've left them to play it on their own.
Turn the light on.
The only difference is it's rigged with cameras and microphones that relay the data through to the next room where people are watching them play. Bracelet here we use for biometric testing. It measures the player's emotional response. It's called a galvanic response sensor. It makes contact with the user's skin and it measures the electrical conductivity across their skin. It's the same principle as an old-fashioned lie detector. When you're stressed, you sweat a little, very sensitive, it picks up tiny changes if the player's feeling anxious or scared. That data's fed back to a testing team, comes through as a graph.
So sorry.
There's no point testing one or two people, you have to test a lot of people.
Watch your step.
When we have a scare that's consistently has a measurable emotional response, then we knew it was good. If it didn't have that, it goes back to the team for improvement. The data doesn't tell us what's wrong with the scare, it only tells us if it's working or not.
Like, okay, so you can hear the two, right? Josh.
Here we have a chapter relatively early in the game.
Weirdly regular.
Nothing regular about it.
We have to create tension and anxiety in the player so they are ready to receive the scare. Give the player time to recover, to cool down, to calm down, and then start building the tension again before we do the next scare.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
What the hell?
Ooh.
commands.
Yeah, it's such an adrenaline high from that game.
There's two things we found. One is we could look at the scares, analyse if our expected scares were working effectively. Were people shrieking and covering their hands, or were they getting an emotional response from it? And being scientific about it means that we strip out people's opinions about whether things are working or not. We've got data, and we look at the data. If it's working, we're happy with it.
Pretty scary.
Bit scared and wanting to get away.
I actually do. Maybe a bit scared to play on my own, but...
In a room with the lights on, yeah, with some other people as well, yeah, maybe.
Because I'm scared of cat, I would play with someone in the room. And the lights on.
It was one of the scariest games I've played in a long while.
Take off your shoes at the door, okay? Oh yeah? Why? That is the news.
It's all gone.
Oh, shit.
What up?
It's not all gone. Now, from now on, I'm gonna leave this in my coat pocket. Sorry, call me, Daddy.
Damn, my big head, bud.
Why?
to come over? But I said I want to choose. I can go to Ross's house or my grandma's house. I'm gonna choose. Okay, look, I stole it. Jack, remember Jack? Look, Jack jumped over the candle. Carol, get off of me.
message.
Y'all better not be in there tearing stuff up.
Rum bum 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 rum bum bum bum.